Hi folks, and welcome to another Saturday morning Samoflange. I'm Matt, and no one else is here. Of course, same thing applies. They couldn't be here. Way too busy. That's okay. We're gonna do this without them. It's sad because I know Mikey said he had a good list. Benjamin thought he could rock it too, but I'm the one with a heavy schedule. I had zero time to have them. But this is my top 5 movies I'm looking forward to in 2023. By the way, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. 2023 is upon us. And it is the Saturday morning Samoflange tradition. At the first podcast of the year talks about our top 5 movies we're excited to see. And I don't think the rule is in theaters, because I think one year I had Tremors on here. That's kind of weird that I make the rule on movies we've seen in theaters, but then just talk about top 5 movies we're excited for. But all of these are coming out in theaters, to be honest. And holy jeez, all of them are sequels. But that's nothing to be surprised about. Out of these none are Marvel movies, but go figure. I haven't had a Marvel movie on here in a couple of years. Why are sequels on my top 5? Because I'm familiar with the franchise and I want to see what's next. All right, that's the easy case about it. Is there a chance that something would get on my list that is not a franchise or from an IP? Yes, quite possibly it could. I don't know when that will happen. There is definitely a chance that one could. I mean, my top 5 has never been the top 5 that I've seen in theaters. It seems like something always surprises me. Something new pops up that's just excellent that I love. So I'm excited. I love being wrong. I love being wrong on these. So, in fact, sometimes I go back and listen to the first podcast of the year. When it gets around back to December 31st again, I'm listening to our first podcast from earlier this year to see, hey, what did Matt get wrong or right? And I don't really care about these, but these are just 5 that I'm looking forward to. In a way, I think there would have been 1 or 2 crossover. I don't think there would have been that much crossover between us, because I don't think Benjamin and Mikey think the same way I do about movies they're excited to see, because they like certain actors or certain directors, and that's what brings them to the theater, and that's fine. Just for me, nah. It doesn't float my boat there. Has to be something I'm familiar with. So here we go. What are the top 5? Now here's the other thing I should mention. Do I expect to go to each one of these? Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping movies will be more frequent for me and the missus to go out and see. We'll probably go on weekdays. I will never go to another opening weekend ever again. Well, I say that. One of these I will quite possibly watch opening weekend. But the rest of them I'll watch the second week out or on a weekday or something like that. But I'm hoping to at least watch these, and who knows what else is out there. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and get to it. Number 5 happens to be the 5th installment of the series. It is Indiana Jones 5. Now, people are saying, Matt, come on. Disney plus Lucasfilm equals disaster, right? Look at all the other new Star Wars films. Okay, I never saw those. Matt, you're not going to boycott Disney movies or Disney Indiana Jones Lucasfilm movies? No, just Star Wars, because I'm not interested in it. Indiana Jones, screw it. I never read the books. Plus, I heard they aren't contradicting those books. Those books were in continuity with the movies, but they take place in the past. All past adventures of Indiana Jones, which are obviously these movies are moving into the future. So there is no conflict. Plus, there's the Indiana Jones expanded universe is a lot smaller. True story, one time I had my finger on the button and was about to spend, I think the total was $400 to get all the omnibus comic books, all the children's books, all the novels, which there weren't that many. But everything EU Indiana Jones for $400. I could have done it, but then I thought, no. This is back before the girls were born. I had tons of money. I thought, you know what? No. Because I read the first 2 books, and even though I thought they were okay, in my opinion, they just weren't the best. Now, everyone tells me that the Genesis Deluge, which is an Indiana Jones novel, is the best one. And I probably should have started with that. And yeah, maybe, but I wanted to read them as they came out, I think in publication order, which I think is chronological order. I could be wrong on that because I don't remember it that well. Well, obviously, the Young Indiana Jones children's books would have been first, but I did watch the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles back in the day, and I really hope Indiana Jones 5 puts one of his eyes out so he can be walking around an eye patch by the end of the movie so it'll fit in with young Indiana Jones. I'd love that. I'd love that if that was the case, because right now, what's it got to be? It was 50s last time. It's been so long. Is it the 60s? Maybe close to the 70s now? And I don't know the timeline in Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, but it feels like Young Indiana Jones happened in the late 80s, early 90s. They don't give it a time. I guess it's supposed to be modern day, which would be early 90s. And Indiana Jones has got to be decrepit at this point. But that TV show could have happened in the early 80s, so Indiana Jones wasn't as old as, we believe. But, either way, Harrison Ford is about that old anyway. He's in his 80s. But, I'd really like it if they gave, if George or someone thought it would be fun to say, hey, let's tie it into Young Indiana Jones Chronicles and poke out one of his eyes at this one. Because this is obviously going to be the last one. He's too old to do anything else. He already got injured on set and stuff. They're talking about disasters on set. And I'm sure people are going to start making videos about this immediately, talking about what a disaster this is for Disney. Okay, that's fine. And but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it because I like Indiana Jones. I want to see what it can do. Will it suck? Okay, watching the trailer, which I did, my initial thoughts were this. Wow, that is some terrible green screen. I hate when they make green screen look so fake. Sometimes it's art, like Sin City and stuff, where everything's supposed to be, a little altered reality. It doesn't look that real. But man, a lot of the scenes here look so fake. And that's my one problem with it. Did they just get CGI happy? Obviously they're going to go back in time and give him his young face again. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just like, if the story's good, if the story's got to be there for Indiana Jones. But I will be honest, the reason why it's number 5 and not number 1, which is where it usually would be, Steven Spielberg walked away from the project early. And that's when I went, oh no, this is going to suck. But I can't leave it off the schedule. I can't leave it off my list here because I do like Indiana Jones movies. And I hated the 4th one like everyone else. I thought it had some good moments, but overall, definitely bad. And for me, I'm always like, I hope they make one more so the series won't end on a flat note like 4 was. Will it be better than 4? Possibly. Probably. In all probability, yes. I may watch all 4 movies just to make sure if 5 will beat 4. But is there a possibility it could be worse than 4? Absolutely. I am going in here with a very low bar of expectation so that if it meets it, I go, meh, okay, it was okay. Would this be on my top 5 at the end of the year? Probably not. Unless it highly exceeds my expectations. Then I can safely say, yes, this was a good movie. I'm going to put it in my top 5. I don't feel like I'm going to say that, but this is different. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it will be at least better than 4. Do I think it'll beat any of the other movies? No. I think it's too late for that. Too late for that. It can't be another Top Gun Maverick that beats the original or a Cobra Kai that beats Karate Kid for me. It won't be that because, in my opinion, the best ending for Indiana Jones was Last Crusade. They should have stopped making Indiana Jones movies in 1989 because with him riding off into the sunset with his friend and his dad, that's Indiana Jones. That's the best ending you could have given that series. But they did it for 4, and 4 was a nightmare. I think they'll totally ignore Mutt. If they mention him, that would be a miracle. But I think they're totally going to ignore him and just move on with a different storyline and not explain where Mutt is or what happened to him, even though they did that haphazardly for his father in the 4th one, Sean Connery. So, but I don't expect that. Will it be good? Who knows? Probably not. But I still can't help it. It's one of the movies I'm looking forward to in 2023, which is why it is number 5. Number 4. I swear I did not do this on purpose, but it is the 4th expansion or fourth sequel or in the series, 4th movie in the series. It is Expendables 4. I didn't even know this was coming out. until I looked online to see what's coming out next year. It may not be coming out. I don't know. It has a release date for 2023, so I'm listing it here. My wife and I are big fans of the Expendables movies. They're fun. They're just, schlock action movies, and that's really all we need. And it has a bunch of old, 80s, 90s stars, and it works. They're all of them, all three of them. The third one, yes, a step behind the first two. The first two are really good. Third one's okay. At that point, they're kind of going off the rails with cameos. Not that it was bad. Of course, sadly, that was the one Bruce Willis kind of, walked away from, and Harrison Ford took his place, which I love Harrison Ford in that movie, but may have been the beginning of the end for Bruce Willis, I think, to be honest. But the Expendables were just fun movies, really fun. Again, Sylvester Stallone just killing it. I mean, he's the one that created Rocky. Great series. He's the one that created, Rambo. And even though I don't really like Rambo, a lot of people do. So that's another very successful series created by Sylvester Stallone. And now he's created the Expendables, which is his third major creation in his own universe he can play in. The Expendables has like a comic book out now or some novelizations or something. So, I mean, it has a fan base. And that they're making a fourth movie, no, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, good. Bring it back. There's more story to tell. There's more old, aging movie stars that need to be in this. Preferably Jackie Chan, in my opinion. They need to give him the bump for him to be up there. But either way, those are fun movies. I have zero clue what the fourth movie is about. I don't really care because I think it's going to be fun. I'll tell you this, there is no Fast and Furious on here, though I do watch those movies, not in theaters. I watch them the moment they come out. I used to red box them back in the day, and now I just wait till they come out streaming, and I watch each one. They get worse and worse with every installment. But it is a train wreck. I can't help looking away. The last one was just totally dumb, and they even acknowledged how dumb their movies have gotten. So at least they're being fair about it, and they're going crazy over the top with it, knowing that this is kind of all a joke now. But the series is a joke. But I'll still watch those movies, and I swear to you, if CJ, I tried to get CJ, by the way, but he and I just can't. His only night is my worst night to do podcasts. My absolute worst night to do podcasts was his only night. So we couldn't meet up because I asked him to be on this podcast. I promise you, CJ would have picked a few Marvel movies, and then, without a shadow of a doubt, whatever the new Fast and Furious movie is coming out, 'cause I'm sure there's one coming out, that would be his number one. He loves those daggone Fast and Furious movies. Yes, they are bubblegum movies, meaning you sit there, you watch it once, you turn off your brain because it's really dumb, and you just enjoy the movie, stuff your face with popcorn, and walk away happy. You're saying, okay, but I'll never see that movie again and probably not remember most of it. That's what I mean by bubblegum movies. So that's what Fast and Furious movies are to me. But they're not on here. Expendables, that's a movie that I would enjoy and probably see again. I don't care what they're doing. I'm just glad they're doing it. Expendables 4, my number 4. Now that's it for sequels matching these. These are all long-running sequels now that I think about it. I don't know which number this is. I have lost count. It may be 8, maybe 9. Who cares? It's Mission Impossible. Dead Reckoning. I don't know if this is going to be a part 1 or part 2. I know they're filming 2 Mission Impossible movies back to back. This is Tom Cruise's baby. He's had this from the very beginning, from the 90s. I love the first one. Then I thought the second one was better. Then I thought the third one was the best. Then I thought the fourth one, Ghost Protocol, was the best. And I still think it is, even though the fifth one, excellent. The sixth one that came out was my least favorite. And I can't explain why. I think it was very slow paced. The action wasn't that good. The storyline was kind of drab. And I felt like, oh no, the series is lagging. So this would be 7 and 8 that they're making. And I'm sure they're going to make a 9 too. I'm excited. I know Tom Cruise did that video where he jumps out of an airplane thanking fans for going to see his Top Gun Maverick show while shooting free falling and shooting a new scene showing that he doesn't use CGI in his movies. A new scene from the new Mission Impossible movie. Now, whether it's from 7 or 8, I don't know. And that doesn't matter. Those movies are good action, fun stories, fun characters. Ethan is a great character. I'm glad that Tom Cruise enjoys making the movies because I sure love watching them. This is one I am guaranteed to see in theaters. I always watch these in theaters. And I gotta check with my brother on this. I think my brother and I have watched each one of these in theaters. I know the first two we did. 3, I can't remember. I'm guessing we did because when he was in college, he came home for the summer and we watched it. 4, I know I watched with him. 5, and 6, I watched with him. And my brother never hardly goes to the movies now, so he's turning into me. But we will both go see the Mission Impossible movie. I mean, that is a must. Usually we can wait a week, but we're definitely going. The wives are staying home because neither one of them care about the series. And my brother likes them better than anything. I don't know if he'll admit that 6 is better than 5. In his opinion, 5 is the best. I don't know. I need to ask him if he thought 6 was better than 5. But he did think 5 was better than 4, which I had to disagree, but only just barely. Because, I mean, they just keep, exceeding my expectations on every movie. And that's because Tom Cruise is dedicated to the craft, man. He is dedicated to making good movies. I know a lot of videos have surfaced now. It's like, is he truly Hollywood's last movie star? Meaning people go to see him in theaters. It doesn't matter who he's playing. Well, yeah, for me that's been true ever since I saw, Collateral and The Last Samurai. A friend of mine rented 2 Tom Cruise. I'd like Tom Cruise, but I wouldn't say I'd rush to the theaters to go see his movies. Well, a girl rented 2 movies for us to watch one night. This is years ago. It was Collateral and, Last Samurai had both come out recently. And she says, let's watch these. I did not want to see either one of those. I was like, oh, God, Steph. I said, these are terrible movies. And I said, I don't want to see this. Collateral looks dumb. We watched it. I said, wow, that was really good. She went, okay, let's watch Last Samurai. I went, oh, it looks so dumb. And then it was excellent. And that's when I said, whoa, Tom Cruise is really good. And when I told my brothers, he's like, Tom Cruise is the best. He loves Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, my brother just loves. I mean, physically love, too. He loves those men. But I got to admit, I'm in the same boat with him. If it's Tom Cruise, I'm going to watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it, most likely in theaters. So even though Top Gun Maverick, I poo-pooed on that at the beginning of 2022 because I didn't care about it, I knew I was still going to go see it. I mean, maybe when it came on rental because it's my man Tom Cruise. But again, Tom Cruise coming out with some Mission Impossible. I am excited. I was hoping this movie would come out last year, but it's coming out this year. I cannot wait, and it looks like 2024. The next one's going to come out, and during that time, who's to say he doesn't start working on the, the 9th movie for the next year? Because he's not getting any younger. He's 58 right now, and as he's wrapping up on these movies, he may take another role here and there, but that means he'll be 60 when he hits Mission Impossible 9 or whatnot. Now he can do it, Obviously, he's been pushing the envelope ever since the first movie. He just tries to get bigger and better and over the top. And I encourage anyone who's never watched these movies who think they're schlock, at the very worst, they're popcorn movies. Again, you can watch it once and enjoy it. I love these movies. I love each one of these movies. In fact, it's been a while. I can't remember the last time I've watched them all. Probably was when Ghost Protocol, or no, the 5th one came out. I probably watched them all over again. Before the 6th one came out, I did not watch them all. I was like, that's 5 movies I got to watch. I can't do this every time a new movie comes out. So, and I'm not going to rewatch them now that 7 and 8 is coming out back to back. But eventually, I will rewatch all these movies again because I just think it's excellent. It's an excellent series, excellent IP. Good on you, Tom Cruise. Oh man, I got the hiccups now. But good on you for. Oh my goodness. This is going to be annoying. May have to pause and hold my breath for a little while. And again, I don't know if this is Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Part 2. I hope not. I hate when movies split them up in parts. Because then you have to wait forever for the next one to come out. Like, what was it? Harry Potter Part 1 and 2, Avengers Part 1 and 2. Please, get out of here. Just shorten the movie into one box so we can watch it all. Usually you're just dragging out scenes in the first and especially the second movie. The second movie has, excuse me, this long dialogue and long over the top fight scenes that just never end. And I've never liked when they split up a part 1 and part 2, like Twilight, part 1 and part 2. I'm kidding, I never saw that one, but they do these part 1, part 2s now to get you to come back in theaters for more. I don't think anyone liked the last Harry Potter movie. Everyone agrees that was a pretty awful movie. And then with Avengers, I mean, everyone loved the Endgame duology there, but I was not a fan. Okay, time to hold my breath for a minute. Okay, had to take a few breathers there after holding my breath to make sure they're gone, but I think they're gone. And as I was doing that, I'm looking over my list and realized I screwed up. Mission Impossible is my number 2, not my number 3. How dare I put Tom Cruise at number 3? It is my number 2 film I'm looking forward to. So only one thing eclipses it. So before I get to that, let me talk about my number 3. And I do have reservations on this one. But Scream 6. Scream's been going on for a long time. I have rewatched these movies over the summer, 1 through 5 again. I saw 5 in theaters last year, loved it, thought it was great. Then watched all 5 again over the summer during our summer vacation with my nephews. Still thought they were fun. And I'm primed and ready to watch Scream 6. The Scream movies to me have been excellent for the most part. The first 3 are great. They're great. They're solid films. The 4th one is good. Now, sadly, it kind of sits alone, right? The ignored movie, even though I hear in 6 they're going to bring back some character from 4. Okay, they don't need to. 4's fine. 4 was, for its day and age, good. And the 5th one was good. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with the 6th one. They're moving away from Woodville. That's interesting. Don't know whether I like that or not. But, I mean, how many times can the same murder happen in Woodville? Well, obviously the answer is 4 times, or 5 times. So now they got to move it. Neve Campbell isn't involved. She wanted more money. The studio didn't think she was worth that much. I don't know how I feel about that. Does she have to be in a Scream movie for it to succeed? Well, we're about to find out. Though that it's not about Sydney is going to be kind of weird. Now, they're going after Gale Weathers in New York City. Okay, that's fun, and they're bringing back the people from the 5th one. Okay, I don't care about those people. I don't. If Gale gets it, that'd be great. Spoilers, by the way. Dewey finally got it in 5, and I thought that was just great. Because in the middle act, if this is another trilogy, which it really kind of isn't, but I don't know if they're billing 4, 5, and 6 as its own trilogy. But 1, 2, and 3 had a great arc, and in the second act, that's when Jamie Kennedy's character dies, Randy, which is still the most shocking death I have seen. That was the one that just blew me away. He's the funny man. He usually gets away with things. And I thought, okay, this is great. He's going to be here forever. And then when he got killed off in the second movie, my jaw was on the floor, man. That threw me for a loop. And of course, when Dewey got hit, and I love the phrase where the girl goes, "Not today," and no, yes, today. In reference to his "not today" line he gave earlier. It was great. My wife gasped when she saw this in theaters. She did not think they'd kill Dewey. I didn't think so either. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, not because I wanted Dewey to die, but shocked they killed that's such a lovable character. Everyone roots for Dewey. Gale Weathers dies, you're like, oh, okay. But at the same time, at least it was, Dewey always survives. Dewey's been the survivor. He's been through heck, right? He got stabbed in the first one. You thought he died in the second one, and in the third one, they kind of tease his death. So he's always been around, but now he's out of the picture. Will Gale Weathers die? No, I don't see her dying. They got to keep some femme fatale from the original one alive. And if they can't get Neve Campbell back, but spoilers, they're probably going to do a 7th one, and then they'll pony up the money to get Neve Campbell back, if only to die in the first scene. But eventually Ghostface has to catch up with Neve Campbell. One day, they will get Sydney. One day. And That should be how the series finally ends. They shouldn't do anything. But you know Hollywood, as long as it's making money, baby, as long as it's making money, we'll keep churning them out. But Scream 6 I am interested in. I have not seen anything besides the teaser. So there you have it. Hopefully a good film. Folks, number 1. I didn't even have to think about this one. John Wick 4. My goodness, do I love John Wick. The first one is excellent. The second one is good, but it's the weakest of the 3. Because the third one is over the top amazing. I just recently rewatched them all, and Nobody, which is not really a spinoff, but it feels like it takes place in that world. Nobody is a good movie. If John Wick is the Avengers, Nobody is the Captain America movie. It's good, but not as good as the Avengers. So, like, if you never saw John Wick, you'd love Nobody. Maybe you watch Nobody first, then watch John Wick. But my dad finally got to see Nobody this year, and he wasn't as impressed. He loves John Wick movies, though. My dad loves John Wick movies. And John Wick 1, 2, and 3, perfecto. With 3 being some of the most incredible stuff I've ever seen in a movie. I mean, I was laughing watching that movie with my wife. Laughing, not because I thought it was a comedy, but because I was enjoying it so much. I do not laugh in theaters because I'm enjoying myself. But for John Wick 3, that was definitely the case. Now, John Wick 4, bring it. Oh, sweet baby Moses, bring it. I want to see what they got. I don't know what the story's about. I did see a trailer for it, and I didn't need to see a trailer to get pumped over it because I already love John Wick. I think Keanu Reeves is incredible. That's another man, an actor I love from front to back. Obviously, there's rumors. It's a consensus in Hollywood. He's a generally super nice guy and everything. But, oh, mercy me. He makes a great movie. And all his movies are real-life acting. Like Tom Cruise, he really practices his craft and goes all the way in martial arts and gun technique and everything. That they're fighting with swords and guns in one scene is just great. I love this League of Assassins stuff. I don't care what the storyline is. You really watch it for some awesome... It reminds me of an old school Jackie Chan, now that I think about it. Like some awesome fight scenes, one after the next. And that's really why we loved Jackie Chan back in the day. And Keanu Reeves' John Wick is today's Jackie Chan. Except with a more coherent storyline shoved through them all. I love them. I love these movies. They are the epitome. I mean, they're better than Die Hard movies to me. I love the Die Hard movies, excluding the 5th one. But I love the Die Hard movies. They're excellent. But John Wick eclipses. This is the best action movie I've ever seen, period, I think. I really like Baby Driver, though. But I'd put John Wick over Baby Driver. So, yeah, I think this is the epitome of action movies. This is the king that ran. There's a lot of action movies I love. I love tons of action movies. But the king who sits on the throne is John Wick. And he is excellent. So, I was ecstatic when I heard they were making a 4. Please keep making a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and 8. I mean, let's keep going. Let's go all the way with this because it is phenomenal. And as long as Keanu Reeves is in shape, it seems like that man does not age. I used to say that about Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise is looking a little old. He is looking like he's aged a little bit. I mean, I can't knock the man. He's turning 60 now. But he looks in his 40s, late 40s or 50s now. He still looks young. Keanu Reeves, man, still looks like he's in his 30s. I know he's in his 50s too, but he looks even younger. He's in just rip-roaring shape. I mean, he gives me hope that one day I'll have washboard abs. No, I will never have that. But you can get in that shape at that age, holy cow. I'm not motivated enough to do that. I wish I was. But anyway, regardless, here I am going off on John Wick's body. But John Wick all the way, number 1, punching it in. There is no other one. Hey, folks. Let me know, as always, I enjoy your comments. I love when you give your top 5, even when I don't ask for it, but I am asking for it. What are the top 5 movies you want to see in theaters this year? It may be something new that I've never heard of before. You may put a superhero movie on there. In fact, I'll have to go back and check. I don't think I've had a superhero movie in my top 5 for at least the past 3 years. At least the past 3 years. I don't think I have. I could be wrong on that. But I feel like I really shy away from superhero movies now. And if I have, maybe it's just one. But let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you next time on Saturday Morning Samoflange.